Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, greetings for the day. It's a great honor for me to deliver on behalf of International Institute of Organized Research a keynote speech at this important forum. I congratulate the organizers and recognize the great effort of the team who worked hard to prepare and conceptualize the substance for this international conference on interdisciplinary research for sustainable development. I would like to contribute to sustainable development goals through digital citizenship, as this is the need of the hour in the digital age. Let me share my presentation on empowering digital citizens with digital citizenship. Education is a human right and is a moral and societal obligation. Education was evolved and formalized in the 17th century. It plays a vital role in eradicating poverty and bringing social change. To end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that everyone enjoys peaceful and prosperity. In September 2015, the United Nations General Assembly approved the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which included 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The principle adopted was leaving no one behind. One of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 4, focuses on providing quality education and to shape peaceful and sustainable societies. According to the statistics of 2020, 90% of the world's population has completed primary education, 66% has attained secondary education, whereas less than 40% of the global population has attained tertiary education. Coronavirus or COVID-19 crisis has worsened the inequalities in education. As of March 2021, nearly 682 million students globally lived in with closed schools. Around 1.5 billion students and 630 million teachers have been affected by the pandemic. And 23.8 million students worldwide are at a risk of not returning to educational institutions, particularly in tertiary education. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought a shift through digitalization. Technology and digital education are essential for achieving Sustainable Development Goal 4 of inclusive and equitable quality education for all. The internet has become much more sensible way of delivering information without boundaries. Technology supports students around the world to learn online. Digital citizens. They are using modern digital technology and spending approximately over 20 hours a week by communicating with unknown people, share contents and stories to wide audience and access information, news and media on demand. They are effortlessly merging digital skills, knowledge and attitude in order to actively participate and get connected with the society and become lifelong learners. This slide gives the statistics about worldwide internet users. It is evident that Asia has largest users of 2.6 billion. Challenges faced by digital citizens, that is redundant information, inappropriate sites, cyberbullying, vulnerabilities of websites, digital illiteracy, digital fraud. So when we think of the strategies for coping the digital challenges faced by the digital citizens, it is essential to assess online tools' reliability, legitimacy, and be well informed about the innumerable issues that come with the incredible benefits of technology. But it is difficult because of the shortcomings of electronic media. There are numerous and various dangers of technology. Internet is a dangerous place when it comes to the cyber security threats, personal data, wealth and identity, or the dissemination of information or illegal materials. The concept of digital citizenship comes into existence to make the digital citizens know their roles, responsibilities, and skills for navigating digital life. Digital citizenship is an evolving concept which addresses ways to protect oneself online. Digital citizenship. Corinne Marsberger, Caroline Talbot and Ramona Macklin has coined the term digital citizenship in 2007. Digital citizenship is a complex and multidimensional phenomena, extends the citizenship concepts to both online and offline in regard to confident and positive engagement with abilities, thinking and action taking regarding safe and responsible access to digital technologies that provide equal opportunities for online participation. Digital democracy, human rights, social justice, and technology skill. It also allows people to understand, direct, engage in, and transform self, community, society, and the world. Digital citizenship provides education with an understanding about digital literacy, cybersecurity, privacy, collaboration, copyright, digital footprint, digital ethics, digital resistance, participation, engagement, etc. Requisites of digital citizenship. This can be divided into three. That is, first one is skills, knowledge about digital information and media, being skeptical and assessing mindset, maintaining originality by using and creating digital content in meaningful ways, having meaningful and purposeful interaction with the team. The second requisite is values. Ethics to be followed by maintaining standards of behavior, have accountability for every action, intellectual property rights, copyrights, and other legal protection should be considered. Security and privacy aspects should be followed by protecting self and others. And the third requisite is behavior. Personal reputation to be maintained by considering digital footprint by online activity. Physical health and emotional health should be of utmost importance. Provide equitable support to access digital technologies and the internet. Promote by giving active support to digital citizenship values. When we talk about the components of digital citizenship, there are three components. Mainly, it can be divided into three, and overall, there are 9 components. First one is respect. That is, in respect aspect, we have the first component is access. Digital citizenship starts with encouraging equal access and providing knowledge about digital rights. Second component is etiquette. Digital etiquette should be taught to make people understand how to use technology safely online and prevent threats of data stealing and other vulnerabilities and to make appropriate conduct online. And the third component is cyber law. Users should be educated with digital law to make them understand that stealing or damaging another's digital work or identity or property is a crime. And the next component, next 3 components can be studied under educating. That is, educate the digital citizens. In that, the first component is communication. Majority of the users communicate in the digital space through social media, instant messaging, or other formats with the unknown people. Users need to learn how to make appropriate decisions from various options available for them online. This can make them better at communicators in the digital space. And the next component is knowledge. Current learners are the shapers of the future of digital world and our society. So it becomes mandatory for the users to be digitally fluent and able to use and understand the latest technology to safely and securely navigate the digital world. The next component is e-commerce. As users should be aware of digital economy as they make more purchases online. This will help them to be effective online consumers. And the third component is the shield, under which the other 3 components are rights and responsibilities. Digital citizens must be well informed about their digital rights and responsibilities towards privacy, freedom of speech. This understanding in this digital age is essential for becoming a good citizen, digital citizen, and learn more about the changing uses of social media around the world and and its consequences on relationship, politics, and everyday life. Safety and security. Digital citizens leave their digital footprints of their data. Teaching digital citizens ensure learners about information being produced by them and how data is being used for good or for bad. People need to be aware of the outside forces that might cause harm to them digitally and should have knowledge to protect their digital information. And the last component is health and wellness. Last but not the least, digital technology affects physical health issues such as stress syndrome, psychological issues such as internet addiction, relationships, and society. Digital citizenship addresses the issues like time spent digitally, feeling of the users being online, physical and virtual safety, etc. So, how this digital citizenship can be taught to digital citizens? Four methods can be adopted, and that the first one is blended digital teaching and learning. Blended teaching and learning is the educational practice of combining digital learning tools with the traditional face to face classroom teaching to help the digital citizens use and master latest technology that is shaping the modern world through a structured and supervised way. Inclusion. Include the digital citizens and discuss what is right or wrong in practicing netiquette online. Make them understand the consequences of the decisions they make online, how it leaves digital footprints, and a peer can track the digital footprint. Discuss how to lock the digital door using passwords and insist on creating highest strength passwords. Ask the users of internet not to talk or discuss or share their personal information with the strangers. Discuss about legal considerations and e-commerce. Ask them to be fair and not to use any data for which copyright rules are not found. Promote empathy and critical thinking by discussing the and creating awareness about freedom of speech, digitally, cyberbullying, and digital well-being, and help the digital citizens to take responsibility for the way they behave online. And next technique can be adopted is video techniques. To engage the digital citizens to learn digital citizenship, video offers never-ending opportunities to make the users set responsibly online. Ask them to create digital portfolio videos using a screen recorder or assign a video project by asking them to cite the references at the end of the video. This will help the users to avoid cut copy paste habits and cultivate the habit of digging deeper for information and help them in creating original digital contents in meaningful ways. The other method is case studies. Examine cyberbullying stories that are already resolved depending on the age group and find solutions. This will help the digital citizens know how, why the events have occurred and how they would react if it had happened to them. Ensure that they understand how to combat such situations to avoid the worst possible outcome. Society is trending towards more connectivity through digital means. Modern digital literacy has become an individual's right and a necessary condition for social and democratic growth of the country or the society. Sustainable development requires to adopt to the new technologies and embrace digital development without compromising and balancing the rights of privacy, dignity, freedom of thought and speech. To navigate digital life safely and responsibly, uh, people are to be empowered to decide for themselves how to harness the power of data and digital technologies. Digital citizens have obligation to society in terms of use of technology, ways of accessing the internet, social media, network, infrastructure, hardware and software equipments, and the use of technology as a communication device. For a better life, it is in the modern world, teaching digital citizenship to digital citizens creates awareness and makes them understand the underlying key concepts. Thank you. I hope I was able to give insights on the key factors in digital citizenship, considering Sustainable Development Goal 4 of quality education for all in this digital age. Challenges are big, but not something which are not attainable. I do sincerely hope that our conference on interdisciplinary research for sustainable development will provide us with insights to contribute to United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030, particularly contribution towards the goals through education and research. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I hope the conference will be a great success. Thank you.